I'm back! Shut the hell up! We are doing a video.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
That's Tyrus in the background. So I am back from my 2-week whirlwind tour of 1 week in Indianapolis for a trade show and 1 week surviving Boy Scout camp with a lot of kids. It was awesome. We had a good time. I was glad to be back out in the woods camping. So this is our June 30th episode of Last Week This Week. I have no idea how many this makes. Maybe 8, 9, or 10? No, 8. Never 9. I can't tell. I can't count how many fingers Katie held up. It's 8, 9, or 10. Howdy. Well, we're back. I forgot to lock the door, and that was a customer walking in to pick up his stuff. But we like customers, so please walk in on me anytime. This material is not that good. You can interrupt it whenever you like. So our first story, finally, 5 minutes into the video. Google is kicking the can on cookies.
The time has come for this cookie! Nom, nom, nom. Oh, nom, 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 nom.
We've talked a lot in the last couple weeks, months. It's kind of been the theme of this year about all the different privacy changes that are happening. The big one being Apple's iOS, restricting our ability to track advertising and making everybody's life far more private because all that data, isn't already out there. It's kind of it feels like a little too late, but I guess people are concerned about that. I understand why. So now Google has announced that they have their privacy sandbox initiative. They included a timeline for when Chrome is going to officially phase out support of third-party cookies. That's not every cookie. This is just third-party cookies, but that's the bulk of what marketers are using to track how well their ads are doing and to track your login information so you don't have to log in every time and all that fun stuff. Google says that in order to achieve this initiative, they need to move at a responsible pace, and they're going to phase it out by early 2022. So that doesn't seem, that seems rather quick to me. But they're going to have lots of testing and feedback, and eventually going to phase it out completely by late 2023. So I guess that is a long journey, early 2022 to late 2023. More detailed schedules available on privacysandbox.com for developers and publishers. I guess the third-party cookies, just to detract what I said, wouldn't affect your personal login information. That would be a first-party cookie. But third-party cookies is what affects the advertising data and gets shared without most people knowing it. So there you go. Nate, do you have anything interesting to talk about today?
As a matter of fact, I do, Brian. Thank you.
How did I know that? Spoiler alert.
Yes. Facebook analytics is going away, but should marketers be worried? Spoiler alert. Probably not really. So, as it turns out, Facebook announced that on June 30th, which would be right now, as of the filming of this video, that they will be sunsetting their analytics tool. Now, they have also mentioned that although this tool is going away, there will be plenty of other data tracking tools available via Facebook. Their Facebook Insights, Business Suite, Ads Manager, and Events Manager aren't going anywhere at the time. So those will still be available for analytics tracking. So not to worry, Facebook is merely just trying to consolidate its tools, make them a little bit easier to manage, I suspect, on their end. Also, this seems like it may be possibly a move towards being a little more sensitive to personal information as well, making their job a little easier as that gets a little harder for all the businesses to comply with. Well, that's all I've got, Brian. Do you have anything else?
Well, that's pretty interesting, Nate. I do have one more thing. Great. So Shopify, the huge behemoth in the e-commerce category, and our preferred platform when we put clients on, when we help clients build e-commerce sites. It's not the only platform we use, but it is our preferred. They are planning a big push into advertising. This isn't their first real foray. They've had plenty of tools that they've offered to help people market their stores. Some really crappy. Kit, you should be very ashamed of yourself. That was a terrible, terrible app. Some much better. They make putting feeds into Google Shopping quite easy. They make lots of nice plugins to make it easy, but you still have to go into Google and Facebook's platforms to do all that fun stuff. So Shopify's new advertising tool is going to be called Shopify Audiences, and it will allow advertisers to use data and target ads on Facebook and Google through generated audiences for a given merchant product. It's going to allow, it's going to give the merchants the benefits of using the scale of large companies like Amazon to help them target for their own products. So really, the people that benefit are the smallest merchants, able to kind of piggyback on the data being collected from their larger merchants. So imagine if you are starting a store and you have no real data based on who you should be targeting this item to, but you can give Shopify enough information about that item, then it can use data from other merchants to help advertise on the big platforms. It sounds like this is not going to be like an automated thing. You will have to opt into it. If you are a small merchant, don't be dumb, opt into it. It should be a great way to advertise your products. I'm pretty excited to see how it works. Hopefully it's not another Kit. If you're not familiar with Kit, be very happy. It was a waste of money and time and development hours. Sorry, Shopify, I love you. Kit was terrible. It's an old thing. It has absolutely nothing to do with last week, but I'm not very happy with Kit. So there you go. Especially since they used Kit, possibly the greatest car ever on TV, for its name. That's a slap in the face to Knight Rider. All right, that's it for last week, this week. We will be back next week as well. And then I think maybe another trade show, but I think we're home on Wednesday. So maybe next week it'll be Maggie, maybe not, we'll see. I think she comes back next week. And we will see you then. Bye.